Everyone thinks that the fastest way to make more money is to sell more. It's not true. Sometimes cutting your expenses by 10-15% makes you more profits than to grow your sales by 40%. Let me show the math. I'm Ravi Gabis and welcome back to the Gabis Show, where we unlock the secrets of real wealth in the United States every single day. Unfortunately, my yesterday's stream was cut by YouTube for some technical issues in Asia region. I don't understand the specific of that, and therefore today I will circle back to the axis of the money kaleidoscope where we started talking about business. How do you get money? In which form you get money on this axis of the money kaleidoscope? Usually it is a profit. Company brings you profit. It can also be revenue, turnover, dividends, and whatever it is, you always get money from your profits. Yeah, company can exist without profits for a while, but if you never have profits, it's not a business. It's like a hobby or venture project, I don't know, but it's not a business because business is a money machine. And money is a tool of exchange, and what do you sell in yourself to get money in business? On the axis of the money kaleidoscope, when you are self-employed, you sell your skills, knowledge, abilities, but when you own a business, here you own a business, you're a business owner, you sell other people's abilities, knowledge, and skills. So that's the main difference. There are different approaches what to call a business. For example, Robert Kiyosaki, that guy, he says that business is something that you can live for a year, and when you come back, it's still alive. But very few entrepreneurs reach that level of business development. The easiest way to distinguish between self-employed and business is when people start appearing nearby, you're kind of moving to the next step, you're becoming a business. So you start hiring people. But at the same time, the top manager of the company also sells other people's knowledge, skills, and abilities. What's the difference between the owner of the company and the top manager? The main difference is responsibility. Yeah, top manager can leave the company anytime. When there are problems, he says, "Oh, I've had it," and he just quits. But the owner of the company, he can't leave. He has to handle all these problems, and the main thing, he has to create that structure. Top manager is managing what's already exists, but the owner of the company, he creates that structure. How to build that system that works without his participation, so that employees, for example, can't steal anything, money and resources are used as they should be used. So that's the responsibility of the owner. That's two things he sells. How can the owner get more money from business? There are two levers. One of them, sales. So he increase. Of course, if he is a real owner of a big company, he has a marketer, he has a sales department, he's not involved in that process himself. But anyway, he has to control markets, maybe some positions that are necessary to include in the portfolio, product portfolio, new branches, other stuff. And the second lever is spending control. Why? Yeah, he has financial director, he has executive director. They're also interested to spend less money. But as the owner of the company, you need to pay attention to that two things, because if you increase sales and decrease expenses, what's in the middle is a profit, and this is the owner's money. So you pay attention to that two levers. So how does it work? Let me give you example. It's the kind of topic of today's video, because as I've mentioned, yesterday's video was kind of cut by YouTube. There are two levers. The first lever, you increase sales. Let's imagine the situation. We want to increase sales by 40%. Today we have 20 millions as a revenue. Expenses are $14 million, and profit is $6 million. So we increase sales by 40%. What happens? They go up from 20 million to $28 million. What happens with expenses? They go up. Why? Because we have to pay for marketing, we hire new people, we open new branches, and the costs go up from 14 million up to 18 million. What happens with the profit? It goes up from 6 million up to $10 million. So profits increase by 60%. That's great. But what if we don't touch sales at all? So the same situation. We have revenue of $20 million, spending is $14 million, and profit is $6 million. We don't touch dollars. We work only with costs. Can we reduce costs by 50%? Most of the people would say it's impossible. Yeah, I would agree. Can you reduce spending by 30%? Maybe, but it's pretty hard. But what about 15%? So you change your premises, you fire unnecessary people, you change your suppliers. One of the most money-making decisions to change suppliers. You can save a lot of money. And doing all these things step by step, you can reduce your spending by 15%. So from $14 million, they go down to $12 million. What happens with your profit? It goes up by 2 million, from 6 to 8, plus 33%. Cool. Great. Yeah, it's not 60%. But the question, how much time do you need to increase your sales by 40%? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Maybe it won't even happen. Maybe you fail. But one thing is guaranteed. You will have to increase your costs by $4 million, because you will have to pay for marketing, for opening new branches, hiring new people, and your spending goes up from 14 million to $18 million, and your profit of $6 million shrinks to $2 million. So you actually lose your profits. But what if we decrease spending by 15%? How much does it take? Usually practice shows that it takes from 30 days to 3 months, in average 45 days, to reduce spendings by 15%. That's the reason why the rich still continue paying attention to spending control. Let's imagine the situation, how usually the rich act. An investor, huge investor, Mr. X, he buys a company for $10 billion. That company produces Coke, soft drink. Yeah, the main line of the main division produces Coke. It's not Coca-Cola, it's not Pepsi-Cola, it's some imaginary Coke. The profits now at the point of buying is $1 billion a year. It has also other divisions, a division connected with juices, milk, banana milk production, and chocolate production. The juice production division brought nothing last year, so zero. Spending and earnings are kind of equal. It doesn't bring any money. Division of banana milk production brings minus $300 million. So they kind of developing new line. They are researching. Chocolate direction spent $1 billion last year, and it's gonna spend money for the next 5 years. What he does, the new owner, he shuts down the direction of banana milk and chocolate production, and these two decisions release $1.3 billion immediately. And the profit goes up from $1 billion to $2.3 billion. And what happens? So profits increase, and the market value of the company goes up from $10 billion to maybe $20 billion, maybe even $23 billion. So it means that the money he spent to purchase this company multiplied. And that's the reason why the rich continue taking care of spending control. That's important. That's a clue what you should do. So if we conclude this, what we have two levers: sales and spending. And the amount of money that you have in business usually is what's your average check and number of customers minus your costs, and what's in the middle is your money. And the best option maybe here is to use dual approach. I promise you to tell about that. When on the one hand you increase sales and on the other hand you decrease costs, and your profit is growing. That's it. That's enough for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.